More than 3 years after her death, a woman's family is finally laying her to rest. Cassidy Rainwater July of 2021. Several weeks later, a family member filed a missing persons report. An FBI tip led investigators to her remains in Dallas County, where they arrested 2 men in her death. Today, family and friends took part in a memorial service to remember Rainwater. Several of her children spoke, sharing happy memories and saying she was taken too soon.
Think about the memories and just how great they were. She always loved the river. It was her favorite place, and I remember her always singing to me as a baby. And she was a great person. She was the hardest working mom I've ever known, and I'm so proud of her. And I wish she could know that today.
James Phelps and Timothy Norton are each serving life in prison after pleading guilty to the murder charges.
A hole like this.
Well. How's it going, guys? Welcome to the X-Ray Podcast.
Let's go. Hey, Friday night, man. Let's go. Let's get it going.
So as you guys heard this interesting story, we came upon this story, guys, about Cassidy. Now, there's been a deal that I would like to start with. And, you know, it's very unfortunate. They say that the internet has layers. The way they use the web, that's just the tip of the iceberg. Beneath dark web, where stories defy belief. Before we dive into tonight's fictional tale, we need to address something real. Yeah, and the thing is, in 2021, a real woman named Cassidy Rainwater was reported missing in Southwest Missouri. She was later found dead, dismembered at a property owned by 2 men. And investigators had been alerted after an ominous photo circulating online showing her in a cage, followed by images of bound to the gantry used for game processing. DNA confirmed her remains had been in a freezer. Both suspects were convicted and sentenced to life in prison. Now, today, we're going to talk about this because there's been people going around the web, and I almost fell for it just minutes before we're doing this podcast, thinking that maybe that was real, you know, and finding out that, oh, snaps, no, Cassidy Rainwater was an actual person. And yes, she was really dismembered and put in a freezer. In fact, the rumor was that these 2 guys were called and known as the Butcher Brothers and were selling her meat into steaks and selling it in the dark web. And the bidding was $30,000. And, you know, people from Europe were the ones purchasing and whatnot. But then we find out that that is not the case. These 2 gentlemen that they arrested is going to jail for dismembering this person, and it's just unfortunate because while we were doing this, we stumbled into real cases that actually have those stories that people have people are buying human meat. And in this here is just an article that I would like to share. So this is the Dallas County, Missouri, right? And these are the gentlemen that dismembered that poor woman. And here is Cassidy Rainwater. And I feel that we need to tell the truth about what really happened to her, because it would be a disservice for the family that we don't fact check it. And I'm, again, stumbling to this story. We found more stories in cases that are, you know, that are actually legitimate too. So we just figured let's talk about this. Let's get the exposers out there following the X-Ray Podcast, expose all this stuff, as much as we can. If we can, if we get it wrong, we might get it wrong, and this, again, we always like to use the word allegedly, but poor Cassidy, that she's gone through something like that. And I feel that me and Julio, I bet, and I don't mean to speak for him, but I think we are both in the same mindset that this needs to get told. What you
Yeah,
think, Julio?
yeah, there is a lot of people that back in the day, is people been talking about this for ages about people eating human meat and consuming human meat in the black market or the dark web. And now with this technology advances that we have now, people are able to communicate, what I mean, and getting that uh accessibility to that is wide open. Now people can just trade basically human meat in the black market. And the sad part is there's a lot of people wanting to do it. They're wanting to eat human remains, and that is it is insane that people do that. But this is the time that we live in. You know what I mean? So uh, it is unfortunate what happened to Cassidy, and we stumbled to many other stories about people wanting to do the same thing to other people. They want to just to unalive people and eat their flesh, which is insane to me. If you would have told me this 10, 15 years ago, I would not believe it. But now it is just unbelievable, man. It's crazy how people are doing stuff nowadays, and all this stuff with child trafficking and human and people eating human flesh. I'm not surprised anymore. Yeah, I'm not surprised.
And Julio, fun fact, there was and I'm going to share the screen again. I'm sorry,
Are
but
you good?
we need to dive into this. But okay, so there's this guy right here, Issei Sagawa. He was a
Hmm.
Japanese guy, and he was a cannibal. He for years, and I read this guy stumbling into this. I found this guy, and this guy really actually finally did it. He had years and years of trying to do it, and in 1981 in Paris, he killed his girlfriend and ate her. Well, before he killed her, he SA her and then ate her. And then, because he came from a wealthy family, he was only able to do a little bit of years. And then he went and wrote a manga, which, if you don't know what that is, it's a Japanese comic book. And he was famous. And in fact, they made a bunch of.
Oh, I see.
Uh,
I know. I think, man, that's an old yeah, yeah. I think I know who that is. Now
this
that
is
I
the
see it,
guy.
yeah, it's man.
So, and this all falls in the same thing, right? Except the only difference is he's not selling it in the black market. He's actually just uh, this guy right here. That's the
Yeah,
character right there.
I
This guy.
remember him.
And so the thing is, it's
Man,
out there, and we might be watching or contributing to things that is inspiring these. I won't say they're good individuals, horrible
yeah,
individuals doing this foolishness, and we're over here, unaware of this because we're in a bubble, right?
yeah, yeah. That's what we live in. I mean, just imagine people were saying stuff about child trafficking 20 years ago, and they're like, man, you're foolish. People don't do that stuff. That is far-fetched imaginations, conspiracy theory. But now fast forward 2025, it is like the lid is wide open. Everybody know about child trafficking. People, believe it or not, in 2020, when all this immigration happened to the United States, people still in disbelief that people were trafficked at the border. Like they were like saying, "Nah, that's not happening," and they were dismissing the claims of people that actually were trafficked and they were able to get away, and they were telling the stories, and they were telling me, man, you're crazy, that's not, you're just making yourself look as a victim, so people take kind of pity on them. But now we looking forward 2025, we listen to Hernando Arce, listening to Ryan Mata, listening to JJ Carroll, and so many others are talking about it. It is it is widespread. I mean, if it is widespread human trafficking, I guarantee you it is widespread people eating people.
Oh yeah,
It's,
and and
it's a
and
taboo.
and
It's just a taboo.
and it's like you said, open border, all these missing children that went through the border that we
Yeah.
don't know where they at, what happened. I think it was like 300,000 and we only recovered like 80, right? We're at 80,000, I think, or
Yeah,
probably
Trump say
100,000.
yeah, Trump says like less than 100,000. And but we still got many to go. I mean, that's like 300,000 that we were able to account for. Just
And can
imagine.
you, yeah, imagine there being, we fall into the mindset that, oh, they're either being SA trafficking or trafficking for labor,
Right.
but we don't think of the other two things that are also on a high, because pedos, I don't know if they're number one, right? But the other thing that's creeping up is human organ harvesting
Yeah, that's
and
been going on a lot too.
cannibalism. The things that we're finding, it's outrageous, dude. I mean, these are evils that needs to be exposed. I mean, it's like if we had a contagion of some type of like disease or something, you would want to know,
Mhm.
right? We all want to know. So the same thing, if we need to know about a crime, I think we need to talk about it. You know what I mean? I'm
Yeah,
not, you know what I'm saying? It's like, man,
it
what
is
do you
crazy
think,
because
Julio?
they're keeping the stuff on the wraps. Like they were saying, they would come up with stories and on the news, and they're not even talking about it. They talk about it like, okay, we got these two guys that killed this woman, but sometimes they just dismiss the rest of it. Like they dismiss what they did to the body, if they're selling the meat, if they're trafficking the organs, all the stuff. They just keep it on the wrap. They're just saying like, oh, they just kidnap and kill a woman or kill a man or whatever case may be, but they don't tell the details. And I believe there is more into it. You know what I mean? And
Yeah.
nowadays we have so many people over here that we don't even know who they are, committing crimes and on their own noses. But since we don't have a database. We don't have it. I mean, until we capture them, then we find out. When the Interpol and the CIA, FBI get
Yeah,
together
I see what you're
and
saying.
and find out those people were criminals in their home country, and now they're here committing the same crime or even worse with impunity because we don't know who they are. They have
But
no records.
see, that builds a strong case on our, and I'm saying me, on conservatives side, that we want to vet people that are coming in because we don't know. What if, like you said, what if they have like a high record in Interpol or they're under watch and they can't do anything, they can't move anything because they're watching this guy, right? Because he's trying, this one guy might lead to the other big organization, so they
Right.
can't move right away. So they, what do? You tied their hands and they're going to let them cross and commit more crimes. But the thing is, like you said, how do we know that? And if we vet them, then it makes them, harder for them to come over here. And honestly, it's crazy, Julio. You just brought this up and it's kind of like blowing my mind right now. I'm sorry, because
It is crazy. It is crazy, like how we allow so many people in, and now we are seeing the effects. For example, there were another shooting. I don't know if you. I mean, I know we're talking that it's a tangent to the conversation that we have about Cassidy. Uh, there was another shooting in Atlanta today. Another active shooter this afternoon.
okay, what,
So
man?
I'm telling you, and this stuff is happening often. Like a lot of people said it. If you listen to the Sean Ryan show, they got Sarah Adams, the Intel analyst. She's been saying this for a long time. There is so many terrorist cells. There's so many people that being radicalized, and they might do attacks in the United States. And now we're seeing increase of shooting. I mean, we have Manhattan, then we have the uh, the Fort Stewart shooting, then we have the Atlanta shooting that happened today. We have the shooting that happened in Costco in the parking lot in Costco in Los Angeles.
California.
The
Yep.
standoff. They have another standoff in like another criminal in San Antonio like 4 days ago, 5 days ago. And
Yeah,
this
that's
stuff is
correct.
happening on a daily basis. And then we got the guy that shoot the two police officers in Pennsylvania. And like I'm like, come on, like this is going
Man, I
too much and too fast. And when we gonna stop? Like when we going to stop? And then we have people like we have illegal immigrants. They capture like one or two. They were drunk and then run over somebody and kill someone.
And see that right
Come on,
there though, this last one, man, that happens way too much, more frequent than we know. And Julio, there's one thing I understand why they don't want to sometimes like name the shooter or give them publicity because there's some people that are crazy, right? That want to
Mhm.
expose. They think being exposed and having this name out there, I'm somebody. They're gonna remember me in the history books. I'm gonna be the like what
Mm.
was that guy, the bombers. And so I understand why they don't want to give the names, but at the same time, maybe don't give the names, but give the motives of what went down. You know what I mean? Like, we don't have to know. If you don't want to tell us the shooter, it was an individual. We don't want to give them credit, but we're finding out and investigating. We'll update you. And then when they have to update, right? They have to say, we either one, we didn't find the facts. We don't know why he went and did that. Or two, this individual had some radical thinking and this was his manifestos or this is what we concluded, so that way we know what it is. But like you said, we don't give us anything here recently. They just these
No,
shooters.
they
And
don't.
tinfoil hat
They
real
could,
quick coming through, this could be all
I need to
MK
build
Ultra.
one. You think? Oh man, this is. I mean, if we go into that tangent,
you
it
know
may be, yeah, it may be something they have to deal with it because it's insane. Like so many active shooting every day in different states, Atlanta, Pennsylvania, and then you have like what was the other one? You got Manhattan, and you have I think another one in Illinois. It is happening constantly, and I'm worried about like what is next. A school shooting is next.
I
A
hope
church
not.
is. I mean, 'cause we have a shooting on the church like not even 2 weeks ago, not even a month. Remember
Well,
that it was
look,
another,
yeah.
and the and the security took over before they kill anyone. Thanks God.
And
But
and
I
they
mean, it
handled
is
it,
happening.
you know
Yeah, they handle it, and but they happening so often that we had to be on point. Like I carry, and basically I had to go out now and carry every single day. You know what I mean?
yeah.
So we have to take care of ourselves, and we have to make sure we don't carry because you got your personal belief. At least be aware where you at, the exit, and have a exit plan with your family, especially with your kids. If you're in the mall, whatever, and you don't
Yeah,
carry or they don't allow you to carry, please have an exit plan and be keep your head in the swivel because it might happen anywhere. It might
exactly.
happen on anywhere on the least expected place at time, and you need to act accordingly um so you can save yourself if you don't carry because
Exactly.
the only
And
option you have is like run or fight. You know what I mean? So it is crazy and how everything is evolving right now. So in another news, I was talking to you earlier on the private chat. Donald Trump is meeting with Vladimir Putin. Let me bring
oh,
this up real quick. Yeah,
hey,
they're meeting on.
Julio, real quick, shout out to Abraham. He says every day we have
Oh
this
yeah.
new shooting, Many aren't being reported right away. And he put North Carolina.
Facts.
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 Thank you, Abraham, for joining into the conversation. That is true, and this is again, I agree with why they wouldn't name the individual and give him a platform, but at least
Mm-hmm.
report what happened and what if you have the facts why it happened. And I honestly think an exposure, hence X-Ray Podcast, you're an exposer. We need to expose this and let this world and let the chips land where they may. But this Russia with Donald Trump, tell me, Julio, man, that is huge. I mean, it could, if he's coming, is he coming to the White House, or they're
They're gonna
meeting
meet in
somewhere?
Alaska.
Ooh,
They're gonna meet at the middle point. They're gonna meet in Alaska next week. I believe. I think Thursday or Friday next week. Let me pull it up real quick. So yeah, this is right there. There you have it. Donald Trump
from the White House.
from the White House itself. It's not a fake news. It is highly anticipated meeting between myself as the president of the United States of America and the President Vladimir Putin of Russia. It will take place next Friday, August 15, 2025, in the great state of Alaska. For the details to follow, thank you for attention to this matter. Hey, you're making it happen, brother.
Dude,
So
uh
that
hey,
means that means, not pun intended, that means we probably have a ceasefire and end of hostilities between Ukraine and Russia. Hopefully,
I
fingers crossed.
yeah, I just hope. What's his name? The Ukraine guy Zelensky doesn't ruin it, bro. I hope he
Oh
doesn't
my
ruin
god!
it.
I know, because every time Trump does something, he will turn around like a misbehaving kid and do the opposite
Gotta
just to
gotta
ruin the
pick
whole
them
thing.
pick them up, and
Yeah,
like, come on, man. Like, calm down. Yep.
yeah, we
Shout
have to.
out
We
to
have to keep it.
Abraham. Yeah, real quick. Shout out to Abraham. Yes, awareness is the most critical part of the watch for strange behavior. That's
Definitely.
true. Yep. But
That's.
you
I
know,
mean, like what will you like? For example, let's put different scenario. Now we're talking preparedness and be aware of your surroundings. Like on my end, like when I go out to the mall or when I go out eat, like you probably do the same thing, Robert. Me, I'm
looking
basically
at the
my back
exits.
cannot be. Yeah, my back has to be against the wall, facing like I have to. I've put myself in the position that I can see everything, and I'm staring at everybody. Like I might feel, people might feel uncomfortable, but I'm checking behavior. I'm checking who's coming out, who's coming in, if they, wearing a bag of clothes. I'm looking for exit. I'm looking for scenarios like, okay, if somebody comes this way, I flip the table or something. I put my family on there for a minute, and then I will tell them just to get out that, the back door, something like that. My mind's always, adapting to situations, but most of the time, I go out by myself and do groceries, just because if it some happen, I'd rather to be me and not them. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
So
And
I
Julio,
I do I do a lot of groceries by myself.
let me ask you this. And I
What's
hope
up?
I'm not the only one. But I even run like fire drills in my house, bro. I
Oh,
even
you do?
tell them, yeah, I even tell them like, hey,
That's good.
if yeah, I even tell my kids and my wife, if dad is in an altercation where it looks like I'm going to be attacked or I'm going to have to attack, I'm I'm gonna give you the keys to the car. What you guys need to do is exit and leave to the car. Don't worry about daddy. Daddy's going to take care of his own. If you guys are around, daddy's not worrying about you guys and trying to worry about myself. But if you guys go, daddy's going to handle it. And if I can't handle it, at least, they spare them from seeing
They're
anything
safe.
that does go down.
Yeah, yeah, they're safe. That's good. That's good, and that's caveat to what's going on in Houston. If you from Houston, uh, I'm from the north part of it. I'm like an hour away, 40 minutes to an hour away from Houston. But in Houston lately, there's a lot of rumors of carjacking and and mugging people outside the mall, especially Galleria Mall in the Houston area. So if you're from Houston, just be aware there's is a lot of stuff happening in Houston. So it's a lot of people chasing other people and robbing and stuff like that, carjacking. Be careful. Houston Galleria is getting out of hand. So I mean, Galleria is a high end pretty much. It's a high end
Yeah,
mall.
which is
They have the
crazy, right?
Gucci. Yeah, they have the high end stores. So most 80% of the people have, they are well off to go buy stuff there. So if you one of those people that they have money, you know, we're off money. So be careful. It is pretty crazy to say the least. So in other news, besides Donald Trump talking to Putin next week, there
Look,
is yeah.
Abraham says, "Yeah, I tell my wife not to intervene if I have a confrontation." Yeah, good. Yeah, good call. I
Yeah.
mean, I think we would agree with that. It's just because you see it in cartoons and movies, but there's a truth to
Mhm.
that because now I don't have to worry about if I know that they're moving in a safe location, then I can either
Definitely.
de-escalate or remove the threat without worrying about, oh, I might, mess it up, or if I have to
Yeah.
pull out and then two, don't hold your gun like that, hold it close because it's just well, that's another tale, but I'm getting off
Yeah, but
subject, but
I
yeah.
mean, but there is a bunch of classes that people can go nowadays. There is a lot of uh firearm instructors that are pretty good, in especially Houston. Like if you go to Texas, whether you go to Dallas, San Antonio, or you go to El Paso, whatever, in Texas, you're gonna find elite and prime instructors. Like, and they're not that expensive. What I mean? They're not that expensive. So if you are comfortable, but you like not comfortable in so much with your handgun or whatever, go take a class. Spend a day with your piece and train. It doesn't hurt you though. I mean, it makes you better. So let me bring Friday. Is Friday's conspiracy Friday. So I have a conspiracy for you, brother. The
Oh,
president of Argentina is about to release documents that, man, you will not believe this.
Hitler. No,
Adolf Hitler lived in Argentina
a full
until
life,
1960,
bro.
and he
I
has two daughters, two, while he was in Argentina. So he didn't die. And remember, they show the skull of the with the bullet hole, whatever on the skull.
Yeah,
It was a female.
bro.
So
Hey, hey, but I'm
Javier
telling
Milei,
you,
Javier Milei is releasing the documents. Adolf Hitler was alive. He escaped Germany before Germany was overrun. So, and they were saying he escaped through the tunnels. A vast network of tunnels. He was able to get away, moved to Argentina, not by himself, with a lot of groups of a lot of the people of the Third Reich. So
you
crazy.
remember we had this conversation about how movies kind of tell you what they did or what they're doing, but and I hate to. You ever seen the Inglorious Bastards, the movie?
Yeah, I've
And
seen it.
you seen at the end, I love that actor, the way he portrayed and surrendered. And well, there's a truth to that because apparently we kept a lot of the German scientists that stayed in America,
They
and they
gave
were
him
the ones
citizenship and everything.
yeah,
Yeah,
they were giving they were doing experiments to the Holocaust people, that they had in internment camps, right? And they were torturing twins and stuff like that. They were fascinated by twins. And then, too, we knew that, I mean, the conspiracy theorists, right, and people that likes to dive into those, like myself, right? I don't believe everything, but some of it makes sense. And uh, it makes sense that in Argentina they would be there because there was a lot of Germans, and even in Mexico, for some of y'all that don't know. In
Yeah.
fact, my relative, which I believe is my mother's father, was, or yeah, I think so, or her grandpa, um, was German, and hence we found that he was part of, So again,
Man, that's crazy.
it's true. So
It's crazy.
but again, we're gonna find out. That is huge, dude. That is
So
like the
that means that means Adolf Hitler got away with everything.
yep. Yes, he did.
That got away. I mean, that explains everything too. I mean, the United States, like you were mentioning, they grab a lot of scientists and rocket scientists to impulse and move forward with the rocket science, projects that we have in the United States. That's when we had an explosion of uh, technological leaps, what I mean, and in regards of rockets and jets and all that stuff. It because those scientists, they brought their knowledge and they exchange it. I gave you the knowledge, and like they get citizenship and they get protected and taken care of, but they have to give up a lot of stuff. So
Yep.
it is crazy, man. It is how this is how we're moving nowadays. Everything would be exposed in 2025 and 2026. It would be crazy compared
Yeah,
to what is going on right now.
it almost seems like we're getting close to a place where a lot of things are gonna get revealed, and I'm using this word again, or this phrase, let the chips land where they may. And it looks like we're finding out stuff about bogus fear. We're finding out about JFK assassination. We're finding
Mhm.
about Jeffrey Epstein. We're finding about the Diddy case. We're finding now about maybe Malay is going to release that evidence to show that Adolf Hitler was indeed lived a full life in Argentina. Man, it's
Mm.
it's getting it's getting it's getting spicy, guys. you know. Oh, it says Marlene says he didn't get away with it. He will still deal with the creator uh, if he didn't repent. So, yep. Shout out to Marlene.
Yeah.
The facts. Yep.
Yeah, I mean, there's a lot of people that they were talking about, they went to hell and they saw Adolf Hitler in hell. So he probably down there still,
Yeah.
burning in there. So, hey, I have something for you. I saw this clip on TikTok, and I was thinking about it, and it just came up. I guess I got the neural link in my head or something because I was thinking about it and it popped up the first. I opened TikTok and it was right there. And there is these two ladies talking in a panel about reparations versus abortion. I don't know if you've seen it and it came up through your feed,
Oh
but I
no.
would like to. Okay, she's cooking, but I would like to share this with you because it's amusing and very funny how she laid everything out and she didn't hold back. She did not hold back. So I want you to react to it.
Okay.
Ask Donald Trump for our reparations, Queen. Why y'all ain't asked Joe Biden and Kamala for reparations?
Oh my God.
I mean, Joe Biden and Kamala was in office for 4 years. They ran on the whole, like Donald Trump ain't never promised reparations. But Kamala Harris and Joe Biden, that's what I be saying about the politics shit, right? Like, I'm for reparations, whoever want to pass them. I don't think we ever gonna get them. right? They feel like our reparations is abortion. That's why Kamala ran a whole campaign
Boom!
and did an
Oh,
HBCU tour on, on reproductive rights, because they feel like our reparations is abortion. Like, that's why we can't get reparations, because we keep asking them for a right to kill the kids that we can't take care of. So what I'm gonna give you money for? You gonna go abort it anyway? You don't need no money.
Ooh, I like
dang!
that one.
Hey,
Oh
bro,
man, bro,
she
she just
was
crushed
cooking.
it, bro. She crushed that chick, nasty, bro.
Yeah, she
Dang.
did. What do you think about it? Like, what are your thoughts on?
She's spitting facts, dude. She straight up said, and which is true. Donald Trump didn't promise y'all that. That was Joe Biden and Kamala talking about that. They were in office for 4 years. Y'all weren't
And they didn't
demanding the
give you nothing.
reparations there. Nothing. All they gave you was abortions. You know, I mean, and dude, you know what? While we're talking about this, just for fun, let's look at where the um what are they called, Planned Parenthoods are around town, and we know where, the hoods are of certain individuals of certain color, so I'm gonna see. Oh shoot, my bad. I'm gonna see if there. My guess is that all these Planned Parenthoods that only offer abortion are in the areas where black people are. So why aren't they at, in suburbs areas where the good old white people are, so again, and these
Mhm.
are the Democrats that are pushing this, so I'm gonna look this up real quick. Adam said, you'd be surprised when many hidden stories come to light for it. What happened, the truth will come out with some given time and research in science and technology. Yeah. Yep, I agree with that, man, Adam. Well, Adam and Martine got, good minds. I agree with you guys. Planned Parenthood locations in Houston area.
I'm gonna show you another video.
Yeah, go for it. Go for it. Go for it. I'm just,
I'm
I'm.
gonna show you, man. This is what's going on in Minnesota. I mean, if you're aware of what's going on in Minnesota, they got a large population of Somalis or Somalia uh, native. They got them. We got them imported here, and this is would be he want to run for mayor of Minnesota. That's what he said. But
Okay, another Somalian.
another Somalian. Let me play that video
Oh
for
man,
you.
no.
Look at me. I am the mayor now. Look at me. Look at me. I am the mayor now. Look at me.
Bro,
Dude, that guy. It's
what
hey,
are
it's the eyes, bro. The eyes of the left. It's like they're possessed. It's like my eyes are not like. I mean, I got pretty big eyes, but they're just like. You know what I mean? All of them. Shifty Shift, right? He has them like that too.
oh,
All
pencil
of
neck
them,
shift to shift? Yeah. Oh, by
dude.
the way, talking about Adam, he's under the magnifier now. He's on the shopping block. He's getting
Hmm.
investigated now. He's getting investigated. Hey, by the way, that guy, he looked like the guy of the movie with Tom Hanks. Remember that that he got kidnapped in the boat and he said, "Hey, look at me. I'm in charge now." So the
Oh
resemblance is
yeah, yeah. I know you're talking about.
the resemblance
Oh
is very
man,
remarkable. So
dude, very
I mean,
remarkable, dude.
that's what we have to deal now in our country. Now we imported all these people from different countries, and so and most of the time, yeah, he looks evil. You're right,
Yeah,
Adam.
yeah,
Abraham.
Adam.
Yeah, he look
Abraham. Yeah,
he
he
looks
he
evil.
does look evil. Oh man, and he's like, look at me, look at me, look at me. You know.
Yeah, I'm
Oh
telling
man, dude.
you, they are nuts.
Oh man.
They
So
are nuts, and we have to
I'm
be
looking
careful
at.
what we.
But okay, let me
Oh my
ask you
God.
this. So if
I got another video for you.
do you think, Julio, that it makes sense to get people from other from people that are not American citizens to run our cities? You know, like I
It
don't think
doesn't
so.
make sense.
Mm-mm.
It doesn't make sense. In fact, that implies the plan that we were talking about for years, the replacement theory. That solidify and basically validate what we were saying all along. They will come over here in masses. They will congregate in small towns, small cities. They're gonna outnumber the native, and they're gonna take over. And they will not let go of the power. Remember, like if you outnumber a small city, let's say a 20,000 people town, 20,000, and they you put 35,000 of immigrant or 27,000 of immigrant or 22,000 of immigrant, not from there. And they decided, hey, we are going to run for mayor. Does not matter what the people say, the natives say, because they will be outnumbered anyway.
Exactly.
They
No.
outnumber anyway. It doesn't matter if they have 100% voting going to the ballots and they're gonna vote for the other guy. But you have these immigrants, they're like 27,000 strong, and they're gonna vote for their guy or gal.
Mm.
And sadly, they will become the rulers. Pretty much. I mean, I'm saying like they will become mayors and representative of it, but they have no representation. Like the native does not have a representation
But
because
yeah,
those
that's
people. That's what happened. Like remember with the Haitian, they
yep.
moved to a city. There were like 27,000 people, and the city was like 18,000.
Crashing into people, and the people were just not happy. And it's like Abraham just said, it would imply confrontation with our culture. Exactly,
It
facts.
happened in Ohio. Yeah,
Straight up, yes, it did. And what Julio's saying, man, you guys just nailed it, nailed the nail with right on the head, bro. Because yeah, like these guys are gonna swarm us, and us that are considered the natives now, right? We're outnumbered. I mean, we were
we
talking
got a
about that,
number.
right?
Hey, look at London. Look at London. Like all the small towns in London are like Muslim mayors.
Yeah.
And what they're going to do, they're going to enact laws that actually benefit them, and they're going to change the books. They're going to change the law. They're going to change the law of the land. So what was before they come and all the laws, they will be no longer, they will be no longer available for them to protect them. So they're going to change the constitutions. They're going to change the laws to whatever they see fit for them, but not for you. And they don't care. You are outnumbered.
Yep. Yep.
That's
Yep.
game over.
That's
And
facts.
what are you going to see? You're going to see people fleeing those countries. You're going to start seeing people in the United States leaving those cities. And you will see a mass movement within the United States of people fleeing those type of towns. I'm saying like people want to avoid confrontation, or either gonna be two things. People gonna avoid it and move out, or the people gonna have an issue and they're gonna have they're gonna have a backlash of people fighting because they will feel unrepresented. And those people will fucking, pardon my language, they will make the law of the land to
Yeah.
fit their narrative. So if they're from Somalia, for they Muslim or whatever, they're gonna put laws that benefit them, not you. That's the sad part of it. And you will
Or
see it. I mean, you'll see it already in towns in Ohio. They were saying they were eating cats and dogs, and I mean that was a too far fetched of a statement there. But the people over there, they felt left out. Sadly, they felt left out because they
ignored.
were eating the resources.
And for the most part, that's why this whole redistricting situation is going on. It's similar to the same thing. It's kind of similar because the people are feeling. I mean, look at California. The people feel
Yeah.
ignored. I mean, you got landlords, and I used to be um, a owner of a property over there, and there's there's no representation for people that own property over there and that have it as a landlord, and you have people renting. I mean, it all caters to the renters, right? But it's just Chicago's like that, New York's like that, and now we're adding more complications by getting these people that are one, communists in New York, two, this individual that wants to be a mayor that's obviously for Somalia. Like he would basically, if Somalia and America was in wars, he would go in Somalia's side. And that's what
Yeah,
we call
definitely.
allegiance. He has allegiance to another country. And that goes to the same people, I'm sorry, Julio, but that goes to the same people that have dual citizenship, that are running or that are in office and working as a
Yeah.
public servant. I don't care if it's Mexico, Israel, or whatever. If you have a dual citizenship and you're in office, you shouldn't be in office. You need to be either throw away that other citizenship. Hey, I'll just be a visa, but if you're gonna be a citizen there and a citizen here, but yet you want to represent us, nah, bro. That's
Yep. You're
that's one
right.
foot in,
Hey, let
one
me
foot
show
out.
you. Definitely. Let me show you a video of your favorite person.
Oh
Let
man.
me. You're gonna hate me after this. Let me put a video of her.
Oh, bro.
How many black
Which
MAGA
eye do I look at?
hats? I want to be clear when we look at who it is that he's kicking out of this country is people of color. This is a person that has a problem with people of color, period.
No. President Trump is doing a great job, better than any Republican that is modern history when it comes to black men.
The Democratic Party has done a very good job of is bringing up racism a lot. And I'm going to tell you something. Byron and I aren't slaves, and nobody that's living today is a slave owner. We have moved on.
Ain't nobody stopping a black man from voting in the United States of America. It ain't happening.
And the idea that we
Facts.
are sitting here right now from majority white districts, the both of us, as strong black men, is going to tell you that we are living Dr. Martin Luther King's dream. We are literally being judged not by the color of our skin, but by the content of our character. So stop that. So what's in the best interest of our families from a policy standpoint? Easy is the Republican Party.
And if you always do what you've always done, which is voting for Democrats, you're going to always be where you've always been. Right. More inflation and not getting ahead and wondering why things aren't working out.
I don't care.
That's
Bro.
what are your thoughts on that?
I'm okay. First, I'm gonna give you my first thought. I'm glad Jasmine Crockett's gonna be out. She's gonna be gone.
Oh yeah. Oh yeah.
That deserves an applause. But dude, but the second thought is that these two gentlemen are correct. Which we're finding out a lot of things about Martin Luther King, but I still believe the Martin Luther King that I learned about. He was my hero. He's one of my heroes, but I think the whole "I had a dream" speech. I think we were living it, bro. And we talked about this, you and me, how we were growing up. There was really no racism. That it existed, and that's one thing people need to understand. Prejudice of race, prejudice. Oh, what does Abraham say? Abraham, it's scary to see how your inheritance is switched over to their own purpose. I think that's what he means, purpose, right? Or purpose, right? Well, yeah, that's true. He's talking about the country that you're coming up. And now these people might inherit it and take it from you. I'm assuming that's what he means. But back to this though, those two gentlemen, yeah, Martin Luther King, we're living the dream. There's no one being denied to vote. If you want to vote Democrat, go ahead, vote Democrat if you're black or Chinese or Mexican or Puerto Rican or Cuban, whatever you are, yellow, green, purple, whatever, Jasmine Crockett with your eyes looking everywhere, whatever you want to do, you can vote. There's no one stopping you, bro. But the thing is, this fear mongering that they're giving people is just, again, BS.
It's not working
Yeah,
anymore.
it's not working. BS is going to get exposed.
It's not working. Yeah, a lot of people are waking up to this idea of like it's common sense, and people are not falling anymore for this misinformation. And like we saw misinformation not even about a week and a half ago in the shooting in Manhattan. They came out not even
Oh, yeah.
20 minutes into the news. They were saying the shooter was partially black, white. Like how that it is white or black.
Yeah, like what does it matter?
Why you mean partial?
Yep.
Like it's a shooter, whether it's black, white, yellow, purple, whatever case may be. So why you have to put it like that? Like it's partially white. Like, come on, give me a break. That's the stuff that we have to deal every freaking week nowadays.
I know. And the thing about people that's going on right now with the active shooters, I mean, it is
Mhm.
depressing, but at the same time, mental health is an issue, and the weapons are not the issue. It's just like people driving drunk. You don't blame the car, you don't blame the alcohol, right? You blame the individual. And the same thing goes with these people. You don't blame the guns. You don't blame the facilities because they don't have security or whatever, or you don't blame the police for not patrolling the streets more. It's not that. It's the individual. Now, one thing that I do like that Donald Trump is bringing back is the insane asylums. And this is why many presidents promised this. Obama was the one that got rid of federal insane asylums. Hence, why we have so many bombs and so many crazy people out there. A lot of these crazy people were either born crazy or done some type of drug that got them crazy and schizophrenic and all that, and they're
Mhm.
choosing to live in the streets, right? That's why they're doing all these yoga positions or whatever you see on on the internet. Well, anyways, Donald Trump is reimposing that to clean the streets. And these individuals that are shooting, I mean, I'm sure, they need to be locked in there too. I mean, but the thing is, how do you know before they do the crime? That's one thing that I guess we're never going to know the answer, right? And we shouldn't want to be looking for that answer, because they'll be like, maybe we can make AI to generate, because I think Obama even once hinted that he wanted some type of technology that would determine which baby would be an active shooter and like eliminate them. Like, no, I don't think we should go that route either,
Now,
because uh
yeah, he tried to be like that movie. What was that movie
I,
with Tom Cruise?
yeah, I know what you're talking about, dude. Yes. But yeah, but that idea is what Bill Gates is for and Obama's for. A lot of these Dems are for that.
Now that's a slippery slope,
Yeah,
man. That's a slippery slope because they will make up stuff to put people in jail that the people they
but
hate.
they're trying to eliminate it,
You know,
and so what if they change it and say we don't want mega Republican babies, you know, or you know what I'm saying? They would wipe out this is like, yeah, no, that would be the evilest thing to do. Uh,
yeah, because they gave him the tools, they gave him the legality to do whatever they want, and we cannot allow that. I mean, Democrats. I'm sorry, but everything you guys touch is just turned into shit.
Abraham brought a point up, and I'm assuming this is what he means, but he's saying about the shootings and the people that are trying to say we need more gun control. Well, Abraham is saying it's like money. You can do good or bad. The same is with guns, and that is true.
Yeah.
I can protect my family, protect my loved ones, protect my friends, and uh, or I can do the evil things that these people do. So again, it goes by the individual, Not, I don't think the equipment or the weapon should be the one to blame.
Hey, I got one more video for you about Donald
Play it
Trump.
out. Play it out.
Donald Trump making peace with two nations. Let's see. President Trump is truly a president of peace. He just broke peace between Armenia and Azerbaijan. I just butchered that country name. I'm sorry. Getting their leaders to sign an agreement and shake hands and end a 35-year conflict. I have seen enough and not giving a Nobel Prize. He should get a Nobel Prize this year.
Yeah, he should.
President of the United States, the President of the Republic of Azerbaijan, and the Prime Minister of the Republic of Armenia will now sign the joint declaration on the outcomes of the Trump Route for International Peace and Prosperity Summit.
That's really
They will
beautiful.
sign 3 copies in English. The President of the United States signs as a witness to the President of the Republic of Azerbaijan and the Prime Minister of the Republic of Armenia, affirming their path to peace, stability, and prosperity. We kindly ask that all guests remain seated for the signing of the documents.
Peace. No more people killing.
I know. We need peace.
Do you think this will happen with Russia and Ukraine? They're going to sit there and take hands and end the conflict?
Man, I hope. We do need that. Man, that would be monumentum. Or monumental.
Yeah.
I'm sorry. I can't even speak. But definitely for sure. This is what we
That's so
need.
great, and we'll hold up. How about holding
It's
up
all
that
we need right here.
document? All right.
Look at that. Wow.
That's what we need right there. Peace. We don't need more wars. We got enough already. I mean, we came out of what 20 some year war that we probably never been involved with, and we ended up going anyway. But yeah, this is what we got going on. Like Donald Trump making truce, making peace left and right. Yet nobody gave him the Nobel Prize, but they gave it to Obama, which he bumped the heck out of other countries.
Facts.
So let, let's see what we if they give the Nobel Prize to Donald Trump, which is a strong candidate to get in 2026. So he making deals left and right. So now he's had to hash out the deals with the tariff between Brazil and China. And if he get those done, and India too, he working hard with getting those tariff hashed out with India. So he moving the chess pieces around, making his move. So hopefully we'll be able to get peace, to get prosperity, and be better in the next upcoming years because we actually need it. Oh, by the way, I have another video.
Yeah, go
Remember,
for it.
remember the Democrats leaving
Yeah, hey, I was gonna ask you
the
that.
House.
So I was reading an article, but I don't know.
I got it right here.
Okay, go
brother.
for it. Yeah, I need to know.
Yeah, let me bring the video for you. It for some reason it's loading. Out of everything, this video is loading. But so far, the Texas House Speaker has officially roll out a harsher penalties for rogue Democrats who fled the state. It would be a $500 daily fine. Also, they would shut down direct deposit, paycheck only available in person. So they will not get the money
And
direct deposit. If they want to get paid, they have to show up in person to pick up the check.
no per diem.
Also, yep. Also, a 30% operation budget slash. That means that 30% could have been transportation. Let me share. Let me view this. I want to share this so I can people see it. So that 30% could have been transportation money, all this stuff per diem, like you mentioned, and the newsletter cancel. So basically, they stop getting uh, subsidized by the Texas House of Representative. The video is still loading for some reason. I cannot get it working. I guess it's just a
It's Benny
internal
Johnson.
from. Yeah, this is a Ben Johnson. I just come over here just to pick up. Let me see if I can. Nope, I
Let me
cannot
see if
get
I
it.
can pick it
So
up real quick.
yeah, look on your end, see if you can bring it up. But so far, they will be fined $500 per day if they don't show up to work. That is a lot. That is a lot. $500 a day. Ooh,
Yeah,
that is a lot of
that is a lot of
money.
money.
I don't
It,
even
it's it
I don't even make that a day.
it's crazy, dude.
Yeah, I'm telling you, they will last a week, and they were like, man, I'm already $3,000 in the hole. I have to go back.
Dude, yeah. And then they're not getting any
They
payments or anything. And some of them aren't
no.
full cabinet members, meaning they have to not cabinet members, but they're not full representatives. So they have to like it's like a part-time job. And
Mhm.
so some of them might need the money, which it's a good call from man, that's a good move for sure.
Yeah, they had to get their money in person. If they want to get paid, they have to come in and get it in person. But I mean, once they do the paperwork and be like, hey, you were gone for a week, we have to discount that $3,500.
Mm.
You know what I mean? So they gonna this is heavy penalties though. It's heavy penalties, and I like it, and I'm glad something is done because they were going crazy. They were going crazy. They just like do whatever they want to do.
Okay, here goes. I'm pulling.
Oh, you
Yeah,
pull
it
that up?
just
Okay, good, good.
for whatever reason it's just not trying to let me log in.
Yeah, it's frozen for some reason. But yeah, for if you're just catching up the stream, we are talking about different subjects and Donald Trump. It would be Donald Trump would be reuniting, or he would be meeting with Vladimir Putin on Friday in Alaska, possibly peace talks. And I don't be surprised if Donald Trump would talk to, or JD Vance would talk to Vladimir Putin at the same time in different area, and hopefully get them to the table and work out a deal that it benefit everyone, and the peace is basically call, and the end of hostilities is over, so they stop killing each other.
What was it?
So
What was the guy's name again? I forgot. David Bennett or who?
yeah, Dustin Burrows.
Boros.
Dustin Burrows. That's a House Speaker for the Texas House
Okay, yeah,
Speaker.
here we go. All right. So
Yeah, you got it. Yeah, because my video is still loading for some reason. That's the only video that's still loading. It's weird.
okay, here we go, guys. Sorry about that, guys. But here we go.
Hold on, Robert. There you go.
Oh, it's happening to me too. What is
You see
going
something?
on? Who's
Yeah,
just playing it? Hold on. Let me see.
my my page is frozen for some reason.
Yeah, it might be their
For
page.
travel
Here we go.
reimbursement members' monthly operating budget will be dollars and account for forthcoming liabilities under Rule 5, Section 3 of House Rules, which authorizes fines for members absent without leave. 30% of each quorum-breaking member's monthly operating budget will be reserved and made unavailable for expenditure. Absent members must also appear in person to approve or enact any of the following: requests for travel reimbursement, personal action requests, including those increasing or decreasing staff salaries, approval for newsletters and House of Reproduction Services. Failure to appear in person will result in the cancellation of your newsletters and the encumbered funds.
Oh, that's good.
We have all hands on deck. We are continuing to explore new avenues to compel a quorum, and will keep pressing forward until the job is done. Finally, today, Dr. Greg Bonin will file House Bill 3, the House's priority legislation for flood recovery and infrastructure funding, developed after 25 hours of testimony from Texans whose lives were upended by the July 4th floods. To those in California, Illinois, New York, or Massachusetts, wherever you may be, hear this. The bill cannot be referred to committee without a quorum. Every hour you remain away is time stolen from those Texans in need. Each one of you knows that eventually you will come back, and we will pass the priorities of the special session on the call. But with each passing day, the political cost of your absence is rising, and it will be paid in full. For the members present, I expect everyone to be here on Monday at the absolute latest. DPS is in the field to execute these warrants. Should they lead to the civil arrest of our absent colleagues over the weekend, you are on call. You will need to be available to return to Austin with a minimum of 6 hours of notice. Members, the call of the House remains in force. Under House rules, the House may adjourn from day to day. While I will call the House to order in a pro forma session tomorrow at 11 a.m., unless you receive a call to be here tomorrow because of DPS's good work, I will provide written permission to be entered in today's journal for each member registered as present during the session to leave the chamber and return 1 p.m. Monday. Members present today do not need to return until at 1 p.m. Monday. Members present today do not need to return until Friday. Until Monday. Mr. Garrett moves the House stand adjourned until 11 a.m. Saturday. Is there any objection? Chair hears none, and the House stands adjourned.
Good.
All right. Well, this was the moment we were waiting for after those 50 Texas Democrat legislators left the state to block GOP efforts to redraw congressional lines. We know that last night, as we were just discussing, the Texas AG took legal action to enforce civil arrest warrants on those Democrats who fled to both Illinois and California.
Wow.
Senator John Cornyn.
Dude, what do you think?
Man, so they are waiting for them to come back to be arrested.
Yep.
They're gonna put him in handcuff. I can't wait for Jasmine Crockett, crooked eye Jasmine Crockett.
I know.
Put in handcuff and walk down and get a mugshot.
She's gonna be like looking here, but this one is gonna be over there somewhere. Like, dude.
Yeah. Oh my God. Finally, something is done. And hey, by the way, next week's gonna be busy. If you haven't heard, it's a lot of people got called for the subpoena for Congress starting this week. Next Friday.
Yeah, you know what? The Epstein thing, dude.
Yeah,
dude. They have schedules, the dates of when they're coming.
Yeah,
putting them up.
Yeah, I put him on X. Yeah, I put him on X. If you go to our X account, I got some dates on it.
Yeah, because I think Bill Clinton's in September, right?
Yep.
So it's like,
yeah. Let's see if you can find it before I do. But yeah, they are getting called. They are getting a subpoena, which is good finally, and we are hopefully getting some answers on, because I know they start next week, sometime this week. I think it's Friday. It's gonna run all the way to October, from August all the way through October. So I hope they not start playing the fifth.
They are going to, but here's the thing. That's what we want, right? Because some um they're interviewing a bunch of them, and the small people, like what's that? The heavy set Democrat that thought she won and she lost, but she always said, "I won." Um,
Adams,
no, wait, is her last name Adam? It's a girl. Stacy,
Stacey,
yeah. So
Stacey
I
Adams.
think she ain't got no protection, dude. So she's gonna be one of the ones that are either gonna squeal. That's what I think.
You think
Hmm.
so? I think it's a lot of people gonna feel entrapped. They're gonna see. They're gonna be. They have no protection, like you were saying, and they will feel like, if I don't say nothing, if I don't say anything now, they're gonna throw me under the bus anyway.
Okay.
Because they're gonna go through the weakest link. Can you put that up so people can
Yeah.
see the?
Okay. So
It's
I dude, this is exciting. So the Justice Department, August 19th. And I guess that was Obama's Justice Department. So the whole people, August 19th.
Oh,
And then,
I'm gonna start broadcasting that
dude,
live.
then Bill Clinton. Yeah, we need to. Bill Clinton is going to be October 14th. He's going to be,
Oh, that's a definitely a live.
and then Hillary Clinton is before Bill Clinton, October 9th.
Huh?
Other individuals mid August through early October. So,
Yeah. We got some people in the next Friday coming in, either Thursday or Friday. So, man, we're
Imagine
living
being
in
able to do that.
interesting times.
dude, I know.
We are living in interesting.
I'm trying to see what this is about here, real quick.
Subpoenaed in the escalating congressional investigation into Jeffrey Epstein. After a bipartisan subcommittee vote last month, the Republican-led House Oversight Committee issuing subpoenas to several former top officials.
The American people have a right to know who else was involved, whether the system really was rigged in favor of the rich and powerful.
The list includes former Democratic Attorneys General Eric Holder, Loretta Lynch, and Merrick Garland, and former Republican
Oh,
Attorney
Lord.
General
Oh,
Bill
yeah.
Barr, Jeff Sessions, and Alberto Gonzales.
Oh,
Former
man.
FBI directors James
Oh,
Comey
man.
and Robert Mueller also subpoenaed.
That
Committee
dude,
Chairman James
all these
Comer
guys.
saying it is imperative that Congress conduct oversight of the federal government's enforcement of sex trafficking laws generally, and specifically its handling of the investigation and prosecution of Mr. Epstein. One name not on the list, Alex Acosta, the prosecutor who struck a controversial 2008
That guy
plea
looks
deal
like
with
a
Epstein
weasel,
in
bro.
Florida. That deal allowed Epstein to avoid federal charges, serve only 13 months, and spend most days out of jail on work release. Acosta later served as labor secretary under President
He looks like
Trump
Jar Jar
until he
Binks from
resigned in
Star
2019
Wars.
amid fallout over the case. The House
Or
committee
no,
also
he
demanded
looks
the Justice
like that
Department turn over
fish
every
when he was.
unredacted
I'll show you who
document
he
related
looks
to
like.
the
Hold
Epstein
on.
case. The DOJ has until August 19th to comply and says it's reviewing the request. In the meantime, sources say the Trump administration is considering releasing transcripts from Epstein accomplice Ghislaine Maxwell's interview with Deputy Attorney General Todd Blanche this month. Sources say Maxwell told Blanche, who until recently was Trump's personal attorney, that Trump did nothing in her presence that would have caused her concern. After the interview, Maxwell was moved from a federal prison in Florida to a minimum security camp in Texas with more favorable conditions. A rare move for a convicted sex offender serving 20 years. Trump was asked if he authorized that.
Blanche is one of the most highly respected people you'll ever meet. So I know this. I didn't discuss it with him, but anything he talked about with her or
that is
the
bad.
fact that he did that.
Like, I'm gonna cut this.
Yeah,
real quick.
I know.
That
That does
is
look bad,
bad.
yeah.
Moving her to a minimal security. I fear for her life.
Dude, but yeah, that.
You know what I mean?
But I think they probably moved her to protect her because she's about to squeal.
Nah,
You don't think so?
nah. Even Donald Trump asked if he authorized that because he didn't authorize that. Like, why after she said Donald Trump was did not do anything in front of her that that imply that he did like SA kids, whatever. So by saying he didn't do none of that, and then right away move her to a minimal security facility, that is weird.
That is
Like,
weird.
why you move her right away? Like, why you? I mean, she better in confinement away from everybody. So why you have her like in no with the with mass population? I don't know. It's weird. Hopefully they do not unalive her and be like, hey, you start witness is over.
Yeah, that wouldn't be. That
Nah.
wouldn't. That would. Yeah, that would suck for sure.
Yeah. But if like you guys saw, there is a lot of people, important people that will be calling to testify. And remember, even though it is not a court or setting, but it would be under oath. So whatever they say or not say, they might be used against them. So I suspect they will play the fifth a lot. They will play the card that I don't remember. I plead the fifth, and when not. But in my opinion, if you plead the fifth, that is a blunt admission of guilt.
Yeah.
So
Well, Julio, just to kind of brighten the mood, I think I might have found your soulmate.
you
You're
did.
gonna hate me for this.
I would not. I probably do, but
What do you think?
bruh.
Hillary Clinton has bad genes.
I get it, bad genes. Oh
Oh
my
my
god.
gosh, dude. This is horrible.
You know what? I was kind of looking for a midnight snack. I'm not longer. I am no longer
Hey,
hungry,
this is
so I
why
guess I'm
Bill
going
Clinton
with.
was looking for all the other women, man. Can you imagine that? You waking up to this?
Oh my god.
Oh my gosh. That is horrible.
I feel bad in a sense. I feel bad for her because I think she's not fully there. She got that problem, health problems. So
Mhm.
I don't know. They might play that card of like she's not able to stand a trial or whatever. You know what I mean? And just like slapping the wrist,
Did you
like
did you
always.
see about Nancy Pelosi where she admitted that she wanted to transgender the children?
No,
Look,
did she admit that?
basically, here I'm gonna share the screen. She basically admitted that, she
Man, I'm telling you, the left is going too far left.
yeah, like
I'm telling you, man, they are.
here we go.
Hold on, let me bring it up.
Well, that is something that I'm working for at the national level, and we have, how can I say, are hoping that we can have gender affirming care for our trans kids, and that it's a sad thing for us. I don't know what effect we can have nationally with what we have going on in the White House and in the Congress. It's really very sad if you were there. Outside our door, we have a trans flag, but that view is not necessarily shared by people on the other side of the aisle. It's a challenge, and we have to work through it, and we have to have people work through it. It sends a terrible message to trans kids. Well, that is some.
You see what I'm saying? It's like, first off, trans kids, remember they said they didn't want, to trans the kids. There it is.
I'm telling you, man, Nancy Pelosi, she's not fully there.
Yeah,
Yet.
she's
She needs
Joe
to go.
Biden 3.0, She skipped the
Yeah,
2.0.
I'm agree with my friend Nick Strand. He's running. If you don't know Nick Strand, he's running for the second district of Texas as a representative. He's running against Dan Crenshaw, and I bumped into him the other day at Costco,
Really?
and yeah. So we talked for a little bit, and he came up and he told me again like, "Hey Julio, I am really focused on putting up a legislation for a terms, like 2 terms for representative, like limits, like 2 terms. That's it. You don't go, we don't need like career senators. We don't need career legislators because they there for too long.
Yeah,
They become
for
corrupt.
real.
Like when you there for too long, you become corrupt. And opens the gap of like, being bribed or being compromised. So when you go there and you spend 2 years or like you spend 4 years to 6 years tops, it's time for you to go. You don't need to serve anymore. It's enough. So and avoid so many problems though. I mean,
And here,
we need to live.
just the whole term limits for the senators and congressmen, dude, that needs to happen. I mean, that
Yeah.
has to happen at some point. We cannot have
We need to.
exactly. And I'm changing the subject because did you hear about Bukele running again? And he's probably going to get
Yeah.
reelected. And there's some people that are feeling bad about that. But again, they have their own um, system of their democracy. But getting onto that point, what the heck is going on with the Justice Department? Did you see Attorney Pam Bondi made a $50 million reward for
Oh,
information for the arrest for Nicolas Maduro, bro?
but hey, just a caveat on that. For Osama bin Laden, he put a 25 million. That was back
Yeah.
then. Now it's 50 million. So he better not travel.
I know.
He better hunker down in the bunkers because people
50
like these
million, yeah.
people in Venezuela are hungry.
There's gonna be some heavy hitters, some ex
Do you think
retirees
Blackwater?
that are
Do you think Blackwater would get involved and be like, "I'll take that 50 million"?
yeah, dude. They make movies for a reason. These people exist. These
Yeah,
ex
I think.
SEALs, ex Delta team. These people are real out there, and some of them are retired, bored. And hey, 50 million, it's a job. Round up the A team. Bum, 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 we'll see this dude.
Yeah.
Yeah, you never know, dude. I'm telling you.
Get that
I
money.
know.
Let's get that money. And man, like, do you
Hold on.
think like a Blackwater uh will be able to do it? I don't know, man. Blackwater is crazy. So they got the money. They have the ability to the resources to do the job. So I'm guaranteed Blackwater would probably take that as a challenge to do it. So I dig that. I like that. So I don't know if Nicolas Maduro we can can go to sleep in peace now. They probably have a bounty on his head. So it's wild, man.
I know.
Wild times we live.
And so that's what I'm saying. So like, what are your thoughts though? You think
I think he will be out. I think they will either somebody in the cabinet, like close to him, will give him away, or probably people like Blackwater. Like this guy Prince, the owner of Blackwater. They might take the job and be like, "Hey, yeah, I'll take the job. I'll take the 50 million." You know what I mean?
yeah, for
That's
sure.
easy. You know what I mean? That's easy money. So I don't know. It might go. It might go crazy for a little bit, but I think people on his own cabinet will be they are going to take over.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? When their own cabinet like, you know what? I would turn this MF in and give me that money
Dude, for real.
and free, you know. So I don't know, man. It's crazy how everything turned out. And I see Donald Trump moving. I mean, like you were saying, Donald Trump moved so many places, man. He just a king on this game, and he just moves so many places so fast and so smooth that they cannot keep up with him. Because on the redistricting, like the redistrict in Texas, and Donald Trump is just over here like handle business. And when they look over, Donald Trump doing some other stuff, and they cannot keep up. But by closing of today, uh, Saran Mandani,
Oh,
Miss Noam, she said she will deport him. I don't know.
dude. I mean, he is a communist.
Openly said though, he openly said that he's a communist. And he hates billionaires. Like, come on.
Yeah. But yet
Already,
he's
I mean, they
but,
already interviewed some people. They have money, like billionaires, and they were saying they are thinking if he wins, they have a plan to move out of New York.
but
They
Julio,
convinced
did you know his family's multi-billionaire or in Africa, right? Or is it Africa?
India,
Hold
I
on.
believe.
Um uh no, let me double check that because I have a feeling that his family is like wealthy, like
Yeah.
royalty wealthy, I believe. Uh
I never seen a video or somebody commenting of Saram Mamdani holding a job. He just came up out of nowhere.
yeah, he's
He's a plant.
he's I'm telling you,
He's
dude.
the plant of the future.
He, let me look up his family. But
He's a part of the future.
I have a feeling um family wealth. So as of right now, um net worth, how much? Okay, I'm gonna pull it up here. Let me see. First, if it's mayor, zero times nope, that's it. Okay. Common offense suggest exposure, substance, crucial education, capital. Okay, personal income. Okay. No, doesn't say that there. It's kind of making it to where it's hard to see. They won't say it, but I wonder where's his family from. But I'm telling you, from my understanding, this guy is from a wealthy family. Um, let's see what his parents are. Name first. Kind of parents in India descent, and the Punjabi born. Yeah, so see, they live in Africa, South Africa, West Cape, Providence, Cape Town, and yada yada. Okay, he has a musical career. Oh yeah, he was a hip hop, right? He was an artist. Um, Let's see. Xenophobic, counter-education. Okay. So it's almost like they're making it impossible to see about his family. It's kind of like Kamala. She was rich. I don't know if you knew this, but she was super rich. And
they kind of like brush
they
their
scrubbed it,
footprint.
you know?
Yeah, they scrub the footprint, and you cannot find a lot of info. You have to actually use back channels for that. But anyway, but yeah, I
Yeah.
mean
Yep.
he's a full blown communist, and he's not afraid to admit it. He's not afraid to admit it, and he used the same vocabulary that Fidel Castro used, the Chavez used, the Maduro used, and the same language is they work for the working class, for the working people. And when they mention we are for the working class and the working people, that means they're communist.
Yeah.
You know,
Because
everybody works. Come on, man.
they wanna live off the workers, the
That pretty
ants,
much.
the
That's what
working
they do.
bees. Yep. We're
And
we're
somebody
the
said,
worker bees.
somebody said in the podcast, and he said it it fit perfectly. He said, "You know who is the most uh he said who is the most evil capitalist?"
Hmm.
And the guy was like, "Who? Communists, because they want the money for themselves, not for everybody else." That's chronic
Hold on.
capitalism. You know what I mean? They
Yep.
just want get rich off everybody's back, but he would not be happy if everybody have money, because they don't feel with power. They lose power, and that's why they want everybody the same, everybody equally broke, while they make millions. Look at the Castros in Cuba.
Exactly.
They have their net worth is like $18 billion. The Castros. But if you look at the Cuba videos that people post nowadays, is broken. The power outage goes for days. They have to make lines to get food on the government-owned grocery stores.
Grocery stores. Yep.
Come on.
Yeah, and then the thing
Not the
is,
part looks
I mean,
after you.
look for all those people that don't know? What do you think? What do you think they're gonna have? Lucky Charms or cereals? They're gonna have
Hell no.
selected type of cereal that people are not gonna want, and so for the one thing, it might work in the advantage that the people will get a glimpse of communism, but for the one thing is the fact that we're even considering it is what's the red flag for me,
Yeah.
right? So I mean, this is
I mean, let let me tell you, it will work for a year or two. Once the money runs out,
yep.
once the money runs out, like they don't have money to for the store. They don't have money for transportation. They don't have money for education. When they don't have money for uh, basic services like DMVs, and they don't have, all the stuff that runs out of people's taxes, because a lot of people are fleeing. And when they run out of money, what are they going to do? Oh, they're
I
gonna
know.
probably blame it. They're probably gonna blame it on Republicans or Donald Trump or on somebody else but them. I'm telling you, it's gonna look good for the first 2 or 3 years because they have the money. Once the
And
money
then
runs out, oh,
you're gonna have people that are gonna flee New York.
oh
So
yeah,
it's hindsight is gonna look like it's working because the people that did stay are the ones that are going to, and some of the wealthy people or companies that are good friends with this guy, who he's gonna have, help them enrich themselves in New York. But majority of the people are going to leave, and the fact that it's going to work for, like you said, might work 2 years, 3 years, it might even work 4 years, because the resources are not going to be depleted, because a lot of people are going
yeah.
to move out. Because I will tell you this: there's going to be some off the wall brand cereal. It's not going to be, all your main cereals and your because those people will not cater to that, because it's just and if they do, I mean, I don't know, right? Because the government will pay for it. So I don't know. You might, you might get name brands. I don't know, but
I mean, I'm telling you, like once the billionaires are fleeing the state and taking the business with them, and the people along, that form the business, they will leave. It's over. It's over.
yeah,
Once you take the money out, who gonna work for that type of money?
mm,
Who is going to create the jobs in the industries? It's gonna look good for the first few years because they have a lot of money. But once that money runs out, man, it's game over.
See, so they're not telling us his. I'm gonna share the screen. They're not telling us about the parents' income, but they
Mm-hmm.
are telling us. Look at this. Look at these headlines. Socialist faces backlash over mother's Miranar's $2 million house. Okay, you tell me he's not from a wealthy family. Then there was he had left because he needed money and he didn't want to say certain things because he didn't want to get cut off from his allowances. That's what he had said. But dude, he's that's the talk of a person that is born in privilege. And
So
mhm.
if you're getting some type of money like allowances from your family, that means they have money to throw away.
Exactly. And the fact that they're paying, look, they're supposedly in South Africa. They made
Mm-hmm.
a house in India, and $2 million in India is worth a lot of money, bro. You know, I mean, what would be the equivalent of a $2 million house in India here? Um, what
It is insane.
would
Like if they buy $2 million house, that means their income is probably 5 or 10, probably 5x of what it's worth. You know what I mean? So
Yep.
the net worth is probably, I would say, between 10 millions, close to
Dude, yeah.
$10 million. That's a
Eh,
lot of money.
Yeah, $2 million house in India versus USA. Okay. Mm,
It's a lot of money.
yeah, dude, I'm trying to see right now. Or basically, okay, hold on. Let me rephrase it because it's actually giving me something else. House in India, 2 million.
Mm-hmm.
What type of house in USA? Sorry, let's see. Okay, so in US, oh my gosh, God, dog, it's close to like $400 million. A $2 million house in India, but I mean, I guess okay, so that's nuts. I'm sorry, I just had to check that out. Mm-mm-mm.
That is insane. And like you were saying, a lot of people contemplating his ideas and and just like kind of approving and giving him the nod of like, let's try it. And they did, I've seen a lot of street interviews of people in New York, and they are 50-50 voting for that guy.
That
That's
is
crazy.
nuts.
Yeah, 50-50. I mean, like you will see people saying, no, hell no, he will destroy New York. And some of the people are like, oh yeah, I'm voting for him. I'm like, and you know what? And people fall for free stuff. Have you recognized that? A lot of people fall for free stuff.
Yes.
Like we have free candies, and people like, oh, I got kidnapped because but I had a free candy.
Hmm.
And that's dangerous. When people offer you free stuff, that's
It's
a red
never
flag.
free. Yeah,
Yeah,
it's a red
it's a red
flag.
flag.
It's
Yeah.
never free.
Hell no. All right. So we're gonna close out for today. Really appreciate it. It's almost been an hour and 45 minutes of this live stream. We had trouble starting early. My computer went crazy. As normal. But brother, I'm glad to see you. If anything pops up during the weekend, we don't do live stream over the weekends. But if anything pops up that merits coming back live, we probably do a live stream, most likely. So please follow and like us. This is our channel. You just go to Instagram or Facebook or YouTube. We are on Rumble. We are on True Social. We are everywhere, even Amazon Music. in iTunes. Just the X-Ray Podcast. You can listen to us. You can watch us and see us every Monday, Tuesday, every Monday, Wednesday, and Friday. That's where we do our live stream, and we cover everything from politics, current events. It's conspiracy Fridays, as we're doing right now, and we bring different guests to our podcast during the week. So next week we probably have two more guests, and hopefully I need to hash down who it will be, but most likely will be JJ Carroll, and hopefully will be the other one will be Vincent Rocco Vargas. He's an actor, Border Patrol. He will be hopefully with us next week. So it will be
Yep.
interesting interviews. All right, Robert, you got anything to say before we say bye to
No,
our
it just yeah. Thank you guys for again, we're sorry that in the beginning we did have a little difficulties, but thank you guys for joining us, and you know, for all you people that are watching it not live, comment, let us know what you think, what you want to hear, and see you on the next one.
Oh, by the way, before we leave, just a reminder. Let me
Oh
put it
yeah.
up. Talk to the people where we're going to be on September 19th.
So September 19th, September 20, we are going to be at the Youth Summit
Let me bring it up.
in the Woodlands. We're going to join speakers with Dinesh D'Souza, and we're actually just going as a journalist. I believe Ted Cruz might be there. I think.
Yeah. Let me bring the who's going to be there. This is some of the speaker from last year, but this will be the speaker for this September 19th, September 20.
Oh, Miss Park. I would be. I want to. Her story is. If people don't know, she escaped North Korea.
Yep. So we're gonna have Senator Ted Cruz. We're gonna have Ali Stuckey. We're gonna have Congressman Wesley Hunt, Jeremy Park, Dinesh D'Souza, Christian Collins, Paulina,
Oh,
Paulina
Chloe.
Luna, Corey Mills, Alex Clark, Alex
Brezowitz.
Brussels. We got Cleo Cole. We have Seth Gruber, A.B. Johnson. I want to interview Andrew Cedra. He's gonna be a great speaker. Mayra Flores, Jorge Martinez, Brian Harrison, and we got Tom Oliverson. They're gonna have Kenny Wessler, Morgan, Zigo, DeJournette, Says, McNeely, and then we're gonna have at the end Miss Gibbs and Mr. Lamb. So that would be September 19 and September 20. Get your tickets now. And you have general admissions, VIP for students and adults VIP. So, and they got, there's a little promo code right here. So get your tickets today. Don't miss it out. It would be, oh, by the way, they got, different packages. If you want to be on the booth, you have to, you got different packages so you can stay there. But anyway, it's going to be September 19th, September 20, 2025 in the Woodlands Marriott by the river in the Woodlands. So
Yep.
don't miss it out. We'll be there mingling. You're going to see us walking around with the camera and the light set and the microphone. So if you see us there, you want to say hi or you want to take a picture, you want to talk to us, just approach us. We're going to be talking to everybody and everybody down there. So it's going to be a great show.
Yep. So check us out. We're check it out. It's gonna be, I think, a very eventful and very beneficial place. Where great minds speak. Their talking points and maybe give out ideas and plans to tackle against the radical left. And I think it's gonna be a good show for sure.
Yep. And like Jesse Rogers says, it is amazing.
Amazing.
Amazing. All right, guys. Thank you so much. I really appreciate it. Have a good one. God bless you. And I'll see you in the next one.